Hello, boys and girls, children of all ages, and welcome to the T.F.P podcast with John Thomas and Church. John Thomas, former. Oh, God, that sucks. I'm totally tired of it. But I am a podcaster and a radio by God broadcaster and a coffee drinker and cigar smoker. And I'm like totally tired and all that. But the one who's gonna get me, he is the straight-laced Church. How are you?
Doing all right. How about you?
I'm physically tired. Mentally, I'm fucking tired as shit right now.
I feel that.
And I'm not wearing any underwear.
Oh, well, not sure we needed to know
Um,
that, but fair.
there's no child molesters here. I'm not sniffing them. You know what I'm saying?
fair.
Yeah,
Fair.
come over here. I want to sniff your hair. It's a Biden challenge. I'm gonna
God
sniff your hair.
damn it, man.
So, did you go on Amazon today?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, Amazon. Whatchamacallit, they're giving. They got a sale on how to speak in Chinese for dummies, because that's what our second language is going to be. Is going to be in China. Because Jin Kang Woon, some dumb fuck, is going to be our new Lord and Savior now.
Oh,
You know,
God.
we got a snip. We got Joe and the Ho. Church is like just standing there with a straight face. Is like, don't go there. Don't go there. Please, John, don't go there. AT, don't go there. And all that fun stuff. So,
I know a lot of people are very mixed on everything right now, so I'm just
my,
not even touching it.
yeah.
Like,
I mean, I'm just reading the tweets and articles and all that, and
like
most of the people on my Facebook page, they do not like Biden whatsoever, and we know we're going to probably be going into World War III and the Civil War and all that, and the memes are just popping up all over the place. They got this one meme with I don't know, you had to see this on Facebook, Bernie Sanders.
yeah, I
Oh
saw
my
that.
God, it was so goddamn funny. Gail just saw a picture of you've seen the movie Ghost, right? With Patrick Swayze.
I believe so. If it's what I'm
I
thinking of,
think
then I believe
I
so.
think Debbie Moore was in it.
That sounds very familiar.
Yeah.
It's probably been a while since I've actually watched it, but I think I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay. They have this pottery scene where she's doing pottery and all that with somebody like Patrick Swayze behind her or something like that. They incorporated Joe Biden in it. They memed Joe Biden. They took Bernie Sanders, whatever the fucking dumb fuck is. So it was so goddamn funny. Tell me you're putting the heat on. Oh God. Oh, she's got the Wolverine things on again. Leave me alone. I gotta change my heels. Leave me alone. She's just mad because she actually physically had to go into work. Wow, fun stuff. So, but anyway, Church, how is your week going?
It's been decent so far. I was telling you earlier, like I was up north in Petoskey over the weekend, which for anybody that's not familiar with Michigan, it's for where I'm at, it's just over a 4-hour drive.
Oof.
Yeah, like it should only be 3 hours, but the way it's the maps took me was pretty much straight highway the whole way through. But then as soon as I got into just outside of the Petoskey area, the highway ends and turns into like Causeway, Freeway, whatever, basically 55 the whole way through. And it's like the total distance was.
Yeah, so basically when you're driving, what's the speed limit there?
For
the highway that you were on?
It's about 70 normally, and then as I got further up north around like I think right before the Petoskey area, it's about 75. So I was just cruising about 75, maybe almost 80 for a good portion of it. But yeah, I didn't realize that it dropped down to 55 and became like a little more of a trip, because even my cousin called me when I got about a half hour from his place. What?
But your cousin probably called you and said, "What are you doing? Driving backwards?"
No. Like he called me when he figured like time ETA when I was gonna get there, and he's like, right. So whereabouts are you? And I explained it to him, and he's just like, yeah, I don't know why the fuck they did that or why it's there, but yeah, it sucks, because otherwise you'd probably be here right now or within like the next 10-15 minutes. It's like, yeah.
I hate that with my son. I can say, yeah, I'm leaving now, and then I could be like right on the road, just ready to make the turn. He goes, "Where are you?" I was like, "Are you here yet?" I was like, "Dude," and I was like, "Every time you text me, I'm usually coming right down the block when you text me. It's like freaking phenomenal." I was like, "You think that when I say I'm leaving now, tack on another 5 to 10 minutes, because when I say I'm leaving now, it's not, I'm physically not leaving now."
Right.
Like, he goes, "Oh, just text me when you get into the development so I can put Cujo away." Their dog. Oh man, I don't think it was stressful for me, but like every single time I had like I said on my I've done a lot of podcast interviews the past couple of weeks. I think I just counted. I have 1, 2, without counting the one that we're recording right now.
Yeah.
I've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7. I did 7 podcasts in 4 days. And I was like, "Oh, I am dead to the world and all that." But you know what kept me going? Black and white cookies.
I thought it was going to be caffeine and cigars, but that works too.
Well, cigars are good too. I could do a cigar. Actually, my last podcast my last interview that I just did before we're taping, we're recording our podcast. She's a cigar podcast. She's a cigar smoker too, and I was supposed to have her on sometime last year, but signals got crossed, and then she moved down to Florida. Now she's moving back up. Now she's back up. It's like fucking ridiculous. Whatever. But yeah. Hopefully I'll be meeting her when the quarantine, we get a little bit more when Biden decides to, get off his lazy ass and say, "Yeah, this is a hoax. People are dying, but we're inflating the numbers and all that other fun stuff." But we're not going to get into that right now. Everybody said, everybody, whatever the case may be. I'm just rambling because I'm fucking tired. But we're going to go into our next segment. What are you drinking, Mr. Church?
So I came across this yesterday, and I had a couple left over, but it is a PB&J stout.
PB&J?
Yeah, it's
is that like peanut butter and jelly?
It's a stout brewed with peanut butter powder, blended with ale, brewed with blueberry, strawberry, blackberry, and raspberries.
Oh God, God only knows what your poop is going to look like. Jesus Christ.
It's honestly not that bad. Like, it doesn't really have that PB&J kind of flavor to it. Like, I can get the little notes of the peanut butter and like fruit flavors.
Peanut butter I can see.
But it's not overbearing in one or the other. It's it's like a good mesh of both.
Yeah, it's a mix and all that.
Yeah, I actually don't remember how strong these are. I don't think it says. But yeah, this is from Shorts Brew, which is another Michigan brew.
Well, actually, the one that I'm smoking, Jesus Christ, I just finished smoking this. I was like, oh, okay, I can't smoke this because that would be fucking totally impossible. Why can't they come out with a coffee infused cigar that's like beer? I was like, that would be awesome. But anyway, I'm drinking Kalamazoo Stout, which is like a hint of, I think it's got coffee and chocolate in it. And I'm like, the first time, I opened this up and I went like this. I was like, ooh, this is good. But so, and it's not overpowering. I think it's like a 6 point. I think the alcohol is like 6.7.
Yeah, it's, if I remember right, it's not like crazy, but it's definitely a little kick to it.
Now, speaking of, now I came to the conclusion I'm more of a stout lager type guy because we said this off the air. I'm not really an IPA because it, like you said, they could be a little bit bitter and all this other stuff. So every single IPA I've had came with like a little flowery, fruity notes and all that.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I wasn't a fan of that, and I actually had one can that was in my refrigerator. It was called Florida Man, and
Right.
the alcohol volume wasn't that much. Maybe it was a 6, maybe, I'm not really sure, but I opened it up and I'm like, and you could smell right off the bat the fruity or the sour notes and all this other shit. So I'm like, nah, I'm dumping this shit because it's when you drink it, my theory is that if I drink it and I'm making that like that, I mean, that's not a good sign for me. Same thing when I smoke a cigar. It's like, now, especially if it's a pepper, sometimes they call a cigar a pepper bomb, which the whole entire cigar is all peppery.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
that's
I
why
have
they
heard that
call it a
actually.
pepper bomb.
I've heard that term at least a couple of times.
Yeah. I mean, I know that I was talking to one of my friends. He goes, oh, you got to try this one. And when I looked at it, it was like the San Andreas from Romeo and Juliet. And I looked on the notes and it said it was pepper, like red pepper, black pepper. I'm like, oh, God. I smoked one that had white pepper in it, which, they had a hint of chocolate in there and a little bit of coffee and all that. But I'm the type of person that'd be like, I just smoke it just to smoke it. I was like, shit pops. I'm gonna buy it, like the bands and all that. So guys, oh, I posted this up online. Going back to pineapple on pizza. Okay, so I posted this up on the JT Project page, which I said, and I post up. I was like, "What do you think as pizza as Hawaii? What I say? Hawaiian toppings on your pizza, like pineapples as a topping on a pizza." Okay, and of course, guess who comes out with the fucking smart ass quote, the smart ass comment? Is this one that's sitting down right now doing her nails? She goes, Hawaii pizza. I was like, I didn't ask you that. I asked you, do you like pineapples on your pizza as a topping? Read the post. And some people, some people are just plain ass fucking strange. Some said yes. And I'm like, no, sorry, no. If you're in Florida, if you're in Hawaii, yeah, okay. You want to put pineapple? Fine, no big deal. But you're in Brooklyn, Jersey, Michigan, any of the fucking 48 states or 49 states without counting Hawaii, and you're gonna have pineapple on your pizza, you basically rode the short bus to school. That's what I'm saying.
Wait, what?
You're driving the yellow bus, and you probably be wearing a baseball helmet to school.
So what does that make me then, JT? Because
I don't know. You're all the way over there. Most likely, you'll probably, if you could sucker punch me now through the fucking thing.
I'm not gonna deck you for it. Like that's the whole thing about like that's the whole.
If you like pineapple on your pizza, there's a.
It's not. By no means is it my go-to, but I don't mind it. I think it's the same argument that can be made about people that like anchovies on their pizza.
Okay, see that's the thing. Anchovies is an Italian thing. They used to cut off heads, put horse heads in fucking beds and all that, fucking mafia hits and all that. So, anchovies, you cut their little heads off, you're good. Don't worry about that. We good like that. Somebody posted they don't like pineapple. They'll take ham. What do you think about ham on pizza?
Well, I usually will see some people substitute pepperoni for ham or something like that, or even as a substitute for bacon. And a lot of the Hawaiian pizzas I've come across are like ham and pineapple. It's like, it's not unheard of. And I fully understand where people come from, where like there's that whole divided mindset of like what should or shouldn't be on a pizza. But at the end of the day, it's like, I'll eat what I eat for pizza. And then if you guys don't like it, that's entirely your thing. You don't have to eat whatever pizza I have. You can get your own pizza.
So basically, what would be your top? I'm gonna go top three. We'll go three favorite toppings on pizza.
3 favorite toppings on pizza. I mean, I'm always good with like a standard pepperoni. I actually like barbecue chicken pizza.
Okay.
Yeah, you use like a barbecue sauce as opposed to like a standard like marinara or tomato sauce.
I've seen that. Yeah.
And then I think the other one I would probably go for is something like a Supreme. I think like the only topping I'm not particular to, like I don't mind it, but it's not. It's one of those I could live without, so to speak, is black olives.
Oh God, black olives, no.
Like I get where people like them. I don't mind them, but I don't really care for them so much. My pizza.
I don't see black olives on pizza. I just don't see it. I mean, I'm not a big fan. Mine would be let's see, bacon would be one.
Oh yeah, you can't go wrong with bacon.
You got your pepperoni, and I'm not really that. I mean, I'll eat sausage, but there's 2 types of sausage. There's like the ones that are like meat, like looks like a baseball type thing, like little
Oh, like the clumps.
Yeah, like the little round balls, or or the ones that actually look like pepperoni slices, but they're sausage slices.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that's cool, no problem. But did you ever have, and this is by me, I don't know if it's by you, cheesesteak pizza?
I have heard of it.
Yeah.
I definitely haven't seen it around here, but I have heard of a cheesesteak pizza. I think there was one place actually in Detroit or something when I was out that way a year or 2 ago that had like mention of a cheesesteak pizza, but at the time we were getting other shit, so I just never got it. Yeah. But yeah, I have heard of it. I've never had it though, so I can't really say for sure what I think of it.
Yeah,
it's also like a cheeseburger pizza. I've heard of a cheeseburger pizza, so it's like, I mean, it doesn't sound the worst, but it also sounds like it could be terrible. No, but I don't know. I've never had it.
I never had a cheeseburger pizza, but I've had the Philly cheesesteak pizza, and it's pretty damn good because what they do is they'll make the pizza and then they'll encase it with another piece of dough. So it's like dough, then the cheesesteak is in the middle, and then the regular pizza. It's a pizza. It's a Philly cheesesteak inside the pizza, which is pretty damn as good, may I say, because when Gail goes, her ritual, since she's been working from home, was she would go to the bank, get the blood money, and then child support for me to give to the warden. I mean, my ex-wife. So, and then she would stop and go get pizza. And usually she'll get me the buffalo, but she knows that if there's Philly cheesesteak there, they'll get me one of those slices. And I'm like, all right, get me one of those. And then, things whatever. There was one there. I still can't. I'm still waiting for them to make it because it I guess it takes a while. It's a regular cheese pizza with the slice, has French fries on it. I think French fries, garlic knots, mozzarella stick.
Yeah.
It's like freaking phenomenal. It's if you ate a whole pie like that, you'll be in the hospital because your arteries would be clogged up.
Oh, I can only imagine. Like,
I've had that, and I took a picture of it and I put it on Instagram. First thing my sister goes like this, goes, "Are you insane? But look who I'm talking about. Look who I'm talking to." And actually, I said this on my past interview that I figured out it took me about maybe 3 years to gain 20 pounds. I'm like, wow. And then when I'm butt naked, when I take that, she goes, "You're not supposed to eat anything before you weigh yourself." I was like, okay, whatever. I was like, I'm going to weigh myself when I want to weigh myself. It doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm the type of guy, and we were just talking about it. Gail would buy a gallon of ice cream. She goes, what is it? Oh, so then that's definitely I can do that in 2 settings. I'm a greedy bastard. That's good. She just can't stand it where I can sit. I'll sit in my chair and eat a half a gallon of ice cream with no problems.
Damn. Like, I'll definitely like chow down on some ice cream once in a while. Don't get me wrong. I don't know if I can do all of that in one session. Like,
oh yeah, I'll put some fucking sprinkles on that shit. I'm good to go. He's like, Jesus Christ.
But here's one I just kind of thought of. It's not pizza, but it's kind of like with that reference to the artery clogging like shit. Because my youngest brother had a kick years ago when we were kids, where he would make deep fried Oreos. Have you ever had those?
Deep fried. There's a place by us called Bubbaroo's Burritos, and I would get a quesadilla. They know me by heart. I'm like the norm. Like Norm and Cheers. I'm like that when I walk in. They know exactly what I want. And when I bring my son in, they know automatically deep fried Oreos that he wants. And he'll get those and whatever. He'll finish that and then he'll eat like two of my slices of my quesadilla. I was like, you fat fuck. But then again, he's almost as tall as me, and he probably outweighs me by about maybe 10 pounds. But but if I showed you before and after shots, you'd be like, that's not him. I mean, he lost a lot of weight. He did a lot of he walks a lot. He does a lot of stuff. When I was at the gym, I would take him to the gym. I would take, sometimes I'll walk around. When I go around the development, I was like, Joe, do you want to go walking? He goes, yeah, sure, no problem. He doesn't have a problem walking or anything like that. I was like, all right, that's cool, no problem. And then he has a body bag down at the thing, like one of those big ass heavy bags and all that. God only knows if that ever actually, I'm waiting for that shit to fucking fall off. She's like, oh, you got to buy that. I was like, no, I don't. Sorry. I'll split it with you, but I'm not buying it. But that's besides the point, whatever. So we talked about pizza and all that. What would be your favorite ice cream? I'm just getting hungry.
It's actually kind of funny because my one roommate and I were kind of talking about ice cream earlier because he has this little tub of like Snickers ice cream that he bought. And it's like, damn, that actually sounds good as fuck right now. But I think my immediate go-to would probably be something along the lines of like Moose Tracks, or anything that's got like the peanut butter cups.
Okay, I got you.
I'm a sucker for peanut butter. Like peanut butter and chocolate is just like that. That's just, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a peanut. Obviously, I'm a peanut butter guy. As like, I will have, anything like that. I was like, if you give me something like regular vanilla, regular chocolate, I'm not gonna, I mean, I'll eat it, but I'm not,
Yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
a big, I'm not a big, I'm not that big, like, chocolate chip cookie dough,
Ooh.
like chocolate peanut butter. I'm pretty cool on that and all that.
Yeah.
So, but okay, now, what would be your out of all the ice cream, the makers like Friendlies and Breyers and all Turkey Hill and all that, or even the ones by you, which I never heard of, like Haagen-Dazs and all that. What is your favorite ice cream? Like, of those companies, like what company is your favorite?
That's honestly, it's hard for me to answer that one because usually I'll just go with whatever flavor that catches my eye. It's
Okay.
not really a particular brand. Like there's some for like the Meyer brand stuff that they'll have, or like the uh,
Like the
more
store brand.
localized stuff. Yeah, like store brand kind of stuff. And sometimes I'll find like the Ben and Jerry's kind of stuff once in a
Okay.
while, or just like there's not really a particular
Things
brand
that
I.
catch your eye and whatever.
Yeah. I'm not, I guess, brand favored with a lot of ice cream or a lot of that kind of stuff. It's more just like if there's a flavor that catches my eye that only that brand makes or whatever,
Right.
then
Okay.
it's like that's what I'll go with. But
Because the only like Gayla asked me, she goes, "Do you need ice cream?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "But don't get this type of brand." And it's Breyers because it's more. I don't know. It's like it's more milky. It's more milk
okay.
in there. I was like, I just can't stand. I just don't like it. There's other like with the peanut butter. I tried Stop and Shop's peanut butter. Tastes like fucking sawdust.
There there has been one. I don't know what the vendor is, but there's been at least one of the peanut butter, like predominantly peanut butter flavored ice creams I found, and they have like frozen chunks of peanut butter,
Oh yeah,
or
yeah,
like
yeah,
almost strips. Yeah, and it's not bad, but there have been a couple of them that have almost like, because the peanut butter has been frozen, it does have a more, I guess, chalky texture to it because
yeah. Okay.
it's frozen. It doesn't have that creaminess that the peanut butter normally would have. Like it's still not bad
But
by
it
any
comes out
means.
in peanut, like when you scoop it out, or with me, I just eat it straight out of the tub.
Oh yeah,
Um,
same. Like fucking bowl. If I have a whole tub, I'm just, yeah. Like I'm not sharing
I'm
that
saving
shit.
water right now. You don't have to use water to wash the bowl.
Yeah, I'm not. If I'm not sharing, it's like who
Yeah,
the
there you
fuck?
go.
Who?
Even
Why
if I'm
dirty it?
sharing it, I'm still
Why
eating.
dirty a dish if I'm the only one eating out of this? Like,
So basically, now you know some type of uh early wrestlers, right? WWE wrestlers, or at that time WWF.
yeah, to a point. Like I know a few names, but I don't know. I obviously don't know the WWE and whatnot as well as you would, or anything like that.
Right. Okay, that's cool. But they came out when I was little, not little, when I was a teenager, basically. God only knows how long that was. But what I'm saying is that they came out with these ice cream bars. Good Humor just came out with it.
Okay.
That they had these ice cream bars with the wrestler on it. It was like a cookie top. It had like at that time you had Hulk Hogan. You had what is this one? Jesus Christ! It must have been. He's asking me to check out a band. I was like, dude, I'm recording here. Leave me alone.
Yeah, I've had a few people message me. It's like I have to tell them, it's like I'm in the middle of recording. Give me a little bit, and I'll get back to you.
Yeah, I gotta close this out. Hold on. Okay, here we go. No, so like I said, Good Humor just came out with something that back in the day they used to have Macho Man Randy Savage. They
Yeah.
had Hulk Hogan. They had Coco Beware. All these other wrestlers and all that. So
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool and all that. Now they just came out with that. Now you got John Cena, you got Roman Reigns, you got Becky Lynch, you got all these other things and all that. So I was like, okay, fine. But the best one. Now, I don't know how you were when you were a kid, which was like probably like last year, because you're still a kid to me, basically.
Yeah, by your standards, yes.
By my standards, you're like, between me and Gail's standard, even Gail's a little bit older than me, but we won't say anything about that. 5? Oh, she's throwing shade. She's coming in hot. She's coming in hot.
I have a few of my buddies that are cutting me shit because I am the old man of the group.
Are you kidding me? What are you
doing? Keep in mind, like I'm a couple years older than them, so I have that older
mindset.
Not even the mindset necessarily, but like I'm by definition an older individual, so I'm an old man. Plus, my voice doesn't help. I sound like I'm 40, at least by the general voice standards, where I can talk like this, and somebody on the phone is like, "Who the fuck is this old man?"
Yeah.
So I've had that happen when I was 17. But
so basically, if someone calls, it's like, "Can I speak to your father?" You're like, he's like, and your father's not there. They'll just hand you the phone.
Well, like when I was back at home, and I don't remember the exact instance now, but it was something to do with my it was his work, actually. I do remember that. So his work calls, right. And I pick up and I answer with just like a generic hello, and they go, "Brian? No, this is Tyler." It's like, holy shit, I thought you were your dad. I was like, great. I sound like I'm in my 40s. I'm not even 18 yet. Awesome.
Jesus Christ. So how old are your parents?
My dad is, I think he'll be 50.
Why are you giving me that look?
No, I'm waiting for the answer.
Oh, okay.
My dad, I think, will either be 55 or 56 this year.
55, 56?
And then my mom will be, well, I'm not going to go there. Women's.
Is she the same age? Like
she's a couple years younger. She's a few years younger.
A few years younger. Okay. That's how it is back in the day, because between my father and my mother, they were like, I don't even know. They were a couple of ages apart.
Yeah, I think I'm trying to remember exactly, because I think my parents got married when my dad was 27.
I don't want you to say anything that's going to get you written out of the will.
I doubt that. If I'm getting any kind of flack, they will call me personally and rip me a new one at that point.
Oh, okay.
Or at least I would assume and hope that they would, because I feel like we've all kind of got that mutual understanding. It's like we'll cut each other's shit, but we know the boundaries.
Yeah, you know how far you're gonna call.
Oh yeah. We'll push buttons, but we'll never cross a line that we know not to cross. I want to say, if I remember correctly, my parents got married when my dad was 27, 28, I believe. And my mom was, I think she's just under 4 years younger than him. And then they had me, I think, a year or two later.
Okay.
So yeah, that's about where that's at.
Okay.
But the main point of that whole thing.
Church's family tree right now.
Oh God,
I could just say my family's totally fucked up, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I have plenty of people asking if I'm related to Winston, so I already have enough confusion in my family tree. I don't need to add more to it. I'm surprised more people haven't asked at this point.
Are you related to Winston Churchill?
No, I am not.
Okay, got it.
No, there is no relation to that Winston.
I'd be a smart ass.
I feel like if that were the case, I feel like there would either be some kind of like Bennies, which would obviously be a stretch, but you never know, or there'd be some kind of something to go along with it. It's like, hey, I'm related to Winston
Talking about
Churchill.
Last names, I just found out that I have in Ireland, I have my own town.
What?
Carrick. It's with a K, but it's the same. It's this like almost the same spelling.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, ooh, wow! I was like, ooh, I could be an heir. I could be an emperor or something like that.
I could
be from long heritage and all that.
You just go to Ireland and set up your own empire.
I could be the new Conor McGregor of Ireland. Speaking of Conor McGregor, who do you think is going to win that fight on Saturday?
Who's he going against?
Poirier. Portia. I mean, they fought like 7 years ago, and McGregor just like beat the crap out of him. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I say it's been a while since I've seen much of a lot of those kind of fights. Like I used to, when I would go out to the bar with a couple of my buddies, I would watch the fight. Like we'd go out there just to watch fight night.
Just watch fight night and all that.
Yeah, like we'd go have a couple of beers, get some wings, and watch the fights.
Oh yeah.
I haven't kept up on it as much because it's like pay-per-view, and a lot of it's just like either completely one-sided or shit like that. Just for like just common knowledge, I haven't really brushed up on too many of the more recent fights and whatnot. I'd say probably McGregor, but who knows? He's getting up there, and
yeah, but you gotta realize it's like, you know, he's dealing with really technically no fans. I think they have like 2,000 fans in there and all that, but I like seeing it where, like, you know, people are slowly coming back. They're allowing people to come in. When the Bills play, they have like 6,000 people or some shit like that. You know,
right.
It's slowly but surely, you know, they're letting people in slowly but surely, which is fine. I was like, I don't mind. Now, if you wanted to go to a concert and they said you have to get tested or something like that, show like a proof that you were COVID free, you were virus free, would you do that in order to go see a concert?
I feel like that's not terribly unreasonable given the circumstances. Like, yes, obviously it's not fun to like go through the whole screening and everything else, and like if you've had COVID or have the potential to be susceptible to it because of like your immune system or whatever, like that would suck. I think it's a good safety precaution given the circumstances until we get the vaccine out for the general population and get, I guess, a more stable environment. I don't think that's terribly unreasonable to go to do, especially for something like a major sporting event or a concert, because like everybody at this point wants to be able to like get back to a normal that we're familiar with.
Yeah.
And what we're in right now is definitely not the case. But I do think that we're making those strides. But I do think if we're talking like in the immediate based off of where we're at right now, I don't think it's unreasonable to get a vaccine or get cleared first to ensure that you're not contagious or that you are at risk kind of shit, you know?
Now, would you go for the thing? Okay, say you're in Michigan and you want to fly to, say, argument's sake, say Florida. All right.
Funny enough, I was going to say Florida because I have family in Florida.
Okay.
But so, I also know how you feel about Florida.
Everybody knows somebody that lives in Florida.
Yeah, that is true. I will concede.
My whole entire high school class lives in Florida now. Now, the funny thing is, now, say you want to fly down there, and they say, listen, in order for you to fly, you got to make sure that you're COVID free. Would you just, I can understand. See, the thing is that if you're going to fly outside of the United States or fly into the United States, you need to be COVID free, which I totally understand. You got to make sure that you're negative. You don't want to bring anything back.
Yeah, of course.
Now, do you think, because this is as political I'm going to get right now, do you think that airlines are going to say, listen, I was like, we need you to be COVID free in order for you to fly on, say, argument's sake, JetBlue or something like that?
Okay. Is
it going to, and you know, I'm going to assume that policies for different airlines are going to be different.
Oh yeah.
Is the TSA going to do this? I don't know. I mean, we just had I think Gail just had a call with her mother saying that if you ever fly down to Florida, you might have to go through a COVID protocol or something like that. no big deal. But what I don't understand is that, okay, you fly into your destination, you have to quarantine for 2 weeks. But if you're only going to be there for two or 3 days, like some of these people are, some of these people are comedians. They only go into like, say, Texas or whatever, do a couple of shows and then fly out. You're not going to be there for 2 weeks. I was like, and why even, I don't even know.
It's a tough predicament because yes, obviously it for certain circumstances, be it like for comedians for their work or people that are taking like work-based trips, which I don't know too many individuals at this point in time that are going to be traveling apart from a few businesses like that, where they're going to have like a brief stay in a location and then fly or drive or whatever to the next place. It's a tough call because obviously, like, you want to try and minimize the risk both to yourself and to others.
Right.
And I think with just like an initial screening, like before you, like once you've been cleared to fly or whatever, that makes sense. I can see maybe where you would want to get one after you are getting ready to leave or something, because you're around different people, you're going to be in a different environment, you don't know necessarily always who's been around who and all this. It kind of more emphasizes where until we get more immediate vaccinations out and can get a better, I guess, control of everything and everything again restabilizes, that's where I think it's going to come down.
Right. Okay.
It's just tough because obviously until things are squared away, or at least mostly situated where we can have less of these restrictions, it's going to be hard to not to some degree enforce on these types of things just to mitigate the potential risk for some people, because it's just how it is right now. I can't really emphasize, or not emphasize, but
nice
elaborate on it any further than that without it getting to be more of a, I guess, bias on stances of how serious the actual pandemic is and everything else. Because I know a lot of people are very mixed on how serious it is or isn't, as well as a number of things. And it's tough to really make a definitive, like, neutral stance on it without having one or both sides be like, well, what about this and this? And it's like, I don't know. I have a hard time trying to.
From church, from Tyler Church.
Like, I generally try and keep a neutral bias towards a lot of the.
I just, like I just said, I was like, every time when I look at something, I just put happy emoji faces. I put laughing emoji faces.
Right. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, there's going to be plenty of things that are going to be argued. There's going to be disagreements on a lot of different things and how we handle things and whatnot. And at the end of the day, as long as shit's getting done to get us back to a norm, the methods, as long as they're not infringing on people to a drastic measure or something like that, I don't really care that much in depth for how things get done. Like, for me, my point, or the way I look at things, is if the vaccine is getting out and distributed to those that need it more immediately, and then eventually to the rest of the general population in a timely manner, that's awesome. If we need to take further steps because either the virus mutates or people are getting sick still or whatever the fuck, if it means that we have to be a little bit more restrictive, but also like being reasonable about those types of things, okay, sure. But again, like, I understand some people are going to be a little bit more uncomfortable, or not necessarily unreasonable, but they're not going to be as happy about it. And that's completely fair. It's just hard to.
When do you think we're going to have to start eating with Chinese chopsticks?
Well, I can't.
Start naming our kids Some Dung Fuck.
Well, I don't really have any kind of valid answer I can give you for that. Like my sister's adopted from China.
Oh,
like,
okay. Sorry.
No. Well, we got her when she was 11 months old. So she's.
Gail just gave me a look.
No, like I hadn't really explained that before, and I'm not holding it against you for like that kind of shit because like we got her as a baby. Like we literally got her at 11 months.
Really?
So she essentially was fully raised in America.
Okay.
Like my parents got her through a program where because with China, I don't know how familiar you are with their like procedures on a lot of that kind of shit, but the girls are the only ones that they'll ever put up for adoption, usually because the boys will usually be more inclined to join the military and things like that.
Right, gotcha.
So they will almost never.
Wasn't there like a family can only have like a boy and a girl, and if you had something else, you would have to give it up for adoption?
Yep.
Is it still like that in China? That's insane.
I don't know if that's changed. I don't know entirely how much of, if at all, it's changed over the years because she's 19 this year. Jesus fuck, that is actually kind of scary to think.
How old is she now?
She's 18.
Okay.
Now,
does she have any recollections of where she came from? And if like, does she know that she was adopted from China?
Oh yeah. Like my parents, when she got old enough to like understand a lot of that kind of stuff, did tell her that she's adopted and everything else. Like she knows all of like the basics of where she was. She has no recollection, obviously, from her childhood because she was still technically a small child.
Right.
But my parents at least told her like whereabouts in China she came from, how we found her and everything else, like her name in translation to Chinese, things like that. So like, and she even learned a little Chinese as a kid. I don't think she's fluent with that much of it. I don't really know how involved she is with like trying to learn about her, I guess, homeland or her heritage and whatnot.
Yeah, all right. That's, whatever.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, like that is one of those things where
you never know what's coming up on the T.F.P. podcast. Now we found out church's total heritage.
I mean, I suppose, yeah.
How do we know that church is not a double agent? You could be a secret. You could be secret squirrel.
I've already been. I've already been called a chameleon, and I don't know if squirrel is better or worse at that point.
Well, it's a cartoon. Look it up. Go on YouTube.
Wait, secret? You said secret squirrel?
Yeah, secret squirrel.
Okay.
Wow. He's one badass squirrel.
All right, because I've heard of some cartoons that have like the animal characters and whatnot, apart from obviously like Looney Tunes and shit. But
Fully.
Like Woody the Woodpecker. What is it? The moose and the moose and moose something
squirrel.
Else. What?
Bullwinkle.
Yeah, Bullwinkle and
Rocky.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. Yep. Okay.
And Rocky was a flying squirrel.
Flying squirrel. Got it. Yeah.
And Natasha and Boris is the bad guys.
And then there were, for me, at least from I guess my childhood, there was like angry beavers and whatnot.
Oh. It's like you guys are fucking snowflakes. Jesus Christ.
What?
Well, not you per se. All fucking snowflakes. One time I told him, I was like, do you know what a record looks like? He goes, yeah, I know what a record looks like. I was like, yeah, but you were brought up, we showed you what a record looks like. One time I showed him a rotary telephone. Okay.
I
was like, explain to me how this works. He got everything corrected except for one thing. And I was like, and I gave him a push button. Then I tried him on a rotary. Oh my God, that blew his fucking mind. I'm assuming you guys know how to use a push button phone.
Yes, yeah. Like
and a rotary.
It's been a while, but yes.
Gotcha.
Like No, I love that you call
setting up her office right now.
I just love that you refer to most of, I guess, my generation as snowflakes because of Rotary.
Well, yeah, basically. I gotta make sure that you're not infiltrating anything.
Like, I know a lot of people in my generation aren't always the most.
Smart?
What?
Smart?
Well, shit, I could say I'm not even that smart. The only thing I could really say I have going
what
for
if
me
I ask you a question? Do you remember? Do you know this? I was like, you're borderline. You'd be like, no, but I can look it up.
I at least feel like I can, if I'm not familiar with the subject, I'm usually at least willing to listen to what it is to get more familiar with it. And I know for a lot, well, not a lot, but some people from my, I guess, age group, that's not always the case and whatnot. And I know for stuff like that, I don't know. I just thought it was just funny to hear you call it goddamn.
Okay, let's just let's
let's move on.
We're like burning the midnight oil, I would say. Even
fair, okay. So I guess so I don't know where we're at with time frame, but
we're over an hour right now.
All right, so let's.
God, I don't even fucking know. Let's do our NFL picks.
I was just gonna say, yeah.
I'm looking at this right now. Last week you won on the Packers and you won on the Chiefs, but you lost on the Saints and the Ravens. Okay.
The two that I was.
The two you
really
lost are the two I won, and it was so strange.
Yeah.
Out with 2 wins apiece. Now we're getting down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that both of these games are going to be on a Sunday, most likely.
They're both on Saturday, I think, actually.
Oh, they're on Saturday?
Yeah. I actually had to look them up earlier because I was recording part of my show this afternoon. I was talking about that, and I figured that we were going to cover this tonight as well. But I'm pretty sure both are on Saturday. I don't know what's going on Sunday, but
okay.
But they're both on the same day.
Okay, so we got the Chiefs and the Bills.
So I think just based off of the teams that are now in the championships, I think both games, hopefully, at least for like entertainment, will be close because I do think like the Bills have stepped up. They've looked pretty good this season. Chiefs have been good all year. Packers have been good all year. Tampa's got Brady. Like, I think both games are going to be solid. I think as far as the AFC matchup goes, I'm going to put an edge. I'm going to pick the Chiefs to win that one. Okay. Obviously, because they won last year's Super Bowl, they still look strong as hell. Like, I think the Bills look good. I think Josh Allen is stepped up. I think he's got a decent lineup to work with. But I think based off of how the Chiefs have looked coming into this season, as well as their game last week against the Browns, I think the Chiefs just have more. I think they're just
firepower.
They've got more firepower, and I think they're more, I guess, more practice because I think for the most part their whole roster is pretty much the same apart from a few.
Yeah, basically. Obviously, I disagree with you again.
I'm good with it though. Like
I gotta go with the Bills because they're New York team and all that. Josh Allen is playing out of his fucking mind.
That is true.
Diggs has got to have a big thing. Everybody's got to step up.
Yeah.
Defense, offense, everybody's got to step up. To my knowledge, I think Pat Mahomes is going to practice and he probably will be able to play after he was in concussion protocol and all that. But I'm going to tell you this right now. If they didn't have a lead when Mahomes went down, I don't think they would have pulled that game out.
I can agree with that. Like,
what?
No, I can agree. Like, the Browns actually were starting to.
They were starting to make a little bit of a comeback.
Yeah, they were closing the gap pretty quickly.
It got too overwhelming. That's which is fine, no problem. I was like, but imagine if they had OBJ still in there. Oh, forget about it. It would have been fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
like be able to cover everybody. It'd be crazy. Okay. There's going to be on my end, there's going to be a lot of shit talking on Facebook between this game. It's going to be insane.
Oh, I already know where you're
versus
going.
The Packers.
I already know what your answer is.
Yeah, I know. And I'm assuming I know what your answer is.
Only because, this game I think is going to be the closest of the two. Without a doubt. I think this will genuinely be a close fucking game. Like, it will come down to a field goal or some small margin. But I think I'm going to say Green Bay only because just of the seeding, purely the seeding. Because obviously, I wanted New Orleans to win last week. They didn't. But it was still a close game, so I'm happy with that. And I think overall, Brady versus Rodgers and the Packers versus the Bucks, it's going to be a battle, and I'm looking forward to it. And I genuinely don't have a true favor towards one or the other, so I'm literally coin flipping this, and I'm just going to go with my gut.
You're just going to go with your gut.
Yeah, that's all this one is. I have no particular favoritism towards one or the other. I'm literally just going with the Packers purely off of the coin flip.
Oh man, unbelievable. So, of course, I got to pick the GOAT. I'm gonna pick,
and that's fair.
Brady, even though I don't like him, I didn't like him with Belichick at all. But for him, if he wins and he goes to the Super Bowl, he can actually stick a dagger in Belichick and said, "It was me. It wasn't you. You're an asshole. I don't like you."
Yeah, and honestly, if Brady pulls it out, which very easily could happen. If Brady pulls it out and goes against either the Chiefs or the Bills, I wouldn't mind putting favoritism towards Brady just to show that he is truly not just a work of Belichick's. He actually is as good as he is.
Him getting this far is telling me that this guy knows what the fuck. He's actually considered the GOAT. He's got he's got good weapons around him. I mean, people don't take that into consideration. They got weapons. They got weapons. They got a good defense. They know what they're doing. But
I don't think that. Go ahead.
Like I said before, on Facebook, we're going to have a battle. It's going to be me and Gail has a friend, one of her best friends that used to live in Staten Island is now moved out to Green Bay and became a Packer fan. And we battle back and forth, but it's not a hatred. It's basically
it's competitive.
It's a competitive, but it's fun.
Exactly.
I always say that. One time I said Danica Patrick. He was going out with Danica Patrick. I don't know who he's banging now. He's probably banging the guy Jake from State Farm. I don't know. So he goes like this. And that's another thing I don't fucking like him. I was like, you do not see anybody.
You'll probably like my show this weekend then, because I was talking about ads, and I was talking about how I've been getting nothing but State Farm ads. And it's the Jake from State Farm bit. And it's I have nothing against the guy.
And you also have the Patrick Mahomes is in there too.
Right. And the big one I'm seeing a lot is the State Farm ones. And I have nothing against the guy that plays the Jake from State Farm, but I see those ads all the fucking time. And it's just it's just too much of anything can be obnoxious. And that's what it is. It's just fucking obnoxious.
So if you ever saw the whatchamacallit, Beards from back in the day when Aaron Rodgers, he had the porn star mustache.
Oh, Rodgers, yeah, I remember that.
He had the porn star mustache. And the one that really pissed me off was Danica Patrick has a podcast. I don't know if she has it anymore. And she was actually interviewing Aaron Rodgers.
Okay.
and they were boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever the fucking case was, and whatever.
Sure.
And she said that he was the most popular quarterback and probably one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? I was like, you gotta be. I mean, she's considering him a top elite quarterback. I was like, he won one fucking Super Bowl. I mean, if you touch him, it's a penalty. Well, technically, if you touch Brady, it's a penalty too.
I was
Still,
going to say, yeah.
Like, so basically, we're just going to go and you're going to go with the Chiefs and Packs. Hopefully, they'll make the Super Bowl so it could be a reminiscence of Super Bowl II.
And you're going to go Bills.
I'm going to go with the Bills
Bucks.
and the Bucks. I mean, I see the Chiefs making it, and overall, if the Chiefs do make it to the Super Bowl, I want the Chiefs to wipe the floor with anybody, with the Packers or whatever.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, like, I'm just looking to watch some good games. I don't really care one way or another which of these teams wins.
Oh, I'm gonna tell you this right now. If I watch Super Bowl and Joe Buck is doing it, I'm shutting off the volume because I can't fucking stand the goddamn fucking asshole.
Fair.
I can't fucking stand him and all that. So basically, yeah, that is it for there. So I want to actually bring in another thing to this podcast on what do you recommend? Like, if it's a book, is it something that you're watching? Or is it something like, a cigar or, what you're drinking? Something for the listeners say, oh, wow, I never saw this. Let me look into this. Is there is there something out there? Like, what do you recommend to the people out there? I mean, I know I'm putting Johnny on the spot right now.
Well, I could say pineapple on pizza, but that would cause a riot. No, I'm kidding.
He doesn't have fucking pineapple on it. I'm gonna bean flick you. Inside joke, guys.
Oh, fucking hell. If you're not familiar with it, then go watch or listen to some of the other previous podcasts. I'm sure you'll get the reference.
I think it was like episode 2 or some shit like that.
Yeah, 2 or 3, something like that. Yeah, if you don't know the reference, go listen to that. You'll figure it out pretty quick. But anyway, off the top of my head, I guess just for being on the spot and whatnot, I'd say try a peanut butter porter if you haven't. Like, try
the PB&J porter. I never saw something like that. But if I do see it, I will try it. I will try it. I'll give you that. I'll try. I mean, so far all the beers from Michigan that I bought, so far this one and the other one from Setauket, this one from Comstock. What is it? Comstock? Comrock?
Comstock, yeah.
Come in my pants? I don't even know. But yeah. But what I recommend, and actually this came from my son. It's called 60 Days In. It's a jail type thing. I just finished season 1, and 7 people, they volunteer. It's 7 people who have different types of backgrounds. And I'm like, okay, cool, no problem. I'm watching this. I was like, holy shit. And they actually, this is shot in Indiana, and they show you everything. Like people getting killed. I mean, they're infiltrating something. They have to be part of the criminals, of the people in the mastermind. And I watched this whole thing, and out of the 7 people, 5 of them passed. They did the whole 60 days with no problems. So it was pretty good and all that. And the funny thing is that there was a girl there that her father was Muhammad Ali.
No shit.
Yeah. I was like, I didn't even know. I was like, I just knew Layla Ali. I didn't know, like, the other daughters or whatever the case may be. And I'm like, wow, unbelievable. but it was pretty good and all that. And it proves to me, I was like, oh fuck no, you're gonna put me in prison? No, ain't happening. Sorry, I don't give a shit. I mean, just by looking at it, and it's true. Some people say that jail's hardcore and all that. Yeah, you got people in there that are like hardcore. They know they're not getting out, so they don't give a shit. Or they have, or then you find people in there that are in there for like for a year or whatever the case may be, and they're nice people. They just realized on what they did was wrong. They made a bad mistake and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's that and all that. One more question on foods and all that. What is your like if you had to go to a taco place, what would you go taco? Would you go hard shell, soft shell, quesadilla, burrito? What do you want? What are you going for?
That is actually a good question. So like anytime I've gone to like an authentic Mexican restaurant and whatnot, or just like Mexican foods, I honestly go with all sorts of different shit. Like there was one place, I actually haven't been there in a long time, but there was a place that one of my roommates a couple years back recommended that we went to, and they had like all sorts of authentic Mexican style foods, from like traditional tacos to burritos. Like I got a wet burrito one time that we went there. We had some really fucking bomb margaritas, which I'm not even a big margarita guy, but those things fucking slapped. Yeah, like I genuinely don't normally go for a margarita, but one of my buddies had me try one of his, and I was like, fuck it, I'll get one. Like it wasn't bad. If I had to choose one thing, though, I would probably just go for the tacos, honestly. Like, I liked how a lot of the traditional tacos are prepared and whatnot. Adding like a little bit of cilantro and everything else. Like, it just gives you that a lot more than what you would expect with just like the meat and cheese and whatnot. Like, there's a lot more, for lack of a better word, bulk to it. Like, there's more going on with just their taco, like a traditional taco.
So are you the hard shell or the soft shell?
I'd say probably go with a hard shell. Like,
yeah, that's what she said.
I fucking knew it was gonna go there.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah, 100%. I knew it was gonna go there as soon as I said it. It's like he's gonna fucking say it.
Well, with me was I always liked the soft shell because Gail would make it, and I would do the soft shell, get everything together and all that. There was she would make she would get the soft the tacos and all that, and she has a mold, and she actually can make taco bowls.
Oh, nice.
Taco bowl, which was cool. We had that once with the ground beef and the sour cream and the sauce and all this other stuff. I was like, I put everything in there, and I ate it like a burrito. Like I turned it inside. My son started doing that, and I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. Let me do that. And it wasn't, she cooked it enough where it was still kind of rubbery, where you can actually move it around.
Yeah, it was a little bit more pliable, and
I liked it and all that. So I'm more of a I was going to Chipotle, and then when Bubbaroo's out here was it's actually closer to me. Actually, both of them are closer to me, but Bubbaroo's is a lot closer, and I would do the quesadillas. Usually get the double steak. The big one I'm trying now it's the chicken ranch bacon sriracha. Ooh. They put all that shit all in the quesadilla. Ooh. Just make sure, and you're good. You're good. You're good for the whole day. You're good.
Yeah, it sounds good. It also sounds like it's just gonna ruin your gut. But
forget about it. Gail knows when I'm in that bathroom, I'm blowing.
But like it sounds good as fuck, but it also sounds like it's just gonna absolutely destroy your gut.
Oh, I could blow shit up without it. So, speaking of blowing shit up, I forgot to tell you, I need a new. I'm getting a new shitter in my master bathroom.
Did you actually destroy your own toilet?
No, for some strange reason, everything, it still works. But the thing is, I brought my landlord brought a plumber in, and he looked at it, and he snaked it to see if anything was caught in there, so nothing was there. And then there was something like that, and I was like, sometimes it goes down all the way, sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need a new toilet. I was like, okay. I was like, I'll let him know. I was like, yeah, I can see my rent going up next year. Well, then again, I'm going on, Gail, how long have we been here? Yeah, we're going on like fucking 6 years.
Oh, wow.
Our rent hasn't moved up once. So I was like, I'm happy for that. But, whatever. I'm looking to get out of here anyway. So.
No, that's fair. Like,
yeah, I'm looking to move out of state because Murphy's he's a fucking asshole.
It all comes full circle.
A good job and all that, but yet 75% of Jersey people are moving out. It's like New York is moving out to go to New Jersey, and New Jersey people are leaving to go to Florida or Tennessee or whatever. I mean, I think I would start looking into housing because we can go into a senior citizen development since Gail's going to be like 50. Shut up. We're gonna have to find. We're gonna have to wait and see where, like, if she's gonna retire when I tell her to retire. And then when I tell you you're gonna retire, you're gonna retire. Right? Don't. Exactly. So I am investing your money, and then we're gonna go and move. Me. Who farts more? Me.
That's true.
There you go. Who eats more? Me.
Yes, you fat bastard.
See, if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't be in business. That make any fucking sense? No, it didn't.
I guess to kind of like touch base on what you just said, it feels like everybody's kind of moving from where they live for whatever reason, but everybody's kind of just moving out of their respective states and whatnot.
So Gail did it the traditional way. The way it is that you live in Brooklyn, you move to Staten Island. From Staten Island, you go to Jersey. Me, I went from Brooklyn, I went straight to Jersey. It goes technically the way that the train has been running was Brooklyn, Staten Island, Jersey, then Connecticut.
Okay.
I was like, screw that shit. I'm going straight to fucking Florida. Fuck that shit. I could buy a house. Down there as much. I'm paying what, $17.75 rent here. I could buy a fucking three-bedroom house down there with no problem. That would be my mortgage. That would be insane.
Right.
All that fun stuff. But yeah. So let's see. Church, do you have anything else? Because we're almost at the hour and a half mark.
Jesus. Yeah, we lost track of time. No, I got nothing.
You got nothing? Really? You got nothing? Why you talk so much? He doesn't have anything to say?
Yeah, no, I'm chatty as fuck. I've kind of reached my limit.
Chatty Cathy.
Man, imagine if I had 3 beers. I'm not even finished with my second one.
Yeah, I know. All I see is you like cracking open one. I'm good for one. I'm like, I'm all right. I'm good.
I mean, not to knock on your age by any means, but I do have, I guess, that youth factor. I
didn't make a whatchamacallit. I didn't make a pit run.
True.
No, I probably.
But it's like, if anything, I could make that argument of like, oh, I got age on my side, but it's like, no, I know plenty of like, I know a few of my like dad's buddies could probably drink me under the table realistically.
Yeah, they got that.
Yeah, they have that professional drinker level where it's like,
yeah,
I can go toe to toe with them, but they'll still smoke me.
Yeah.
But with most of my buddies, it's like a couple beers and they're just like, the fuck, how are you still drinking? It's like, What do you mean? I only
Oh,
drink.
I've done that. I can tell you this right now. I went to I was working at Hershey Times Square. We had a Christmas party, and this kid was like 20 something years old. I was like in my 30s at the time, and I was drinking beer after beer. The girls were giving me frosted beer mugs. I was drinking back and forth, and I wasn't, I think I went to the bathroom once, and then we went to the strip club afterwards, which was pretty nice. I liked it. I was like, whatever. So I like to say, what else do we have going on? Oh, by the way, guys, something is going to be coming up on the JT project. Right now, I'll say this right now. I'll make it short and sweet. Right now, I am taking a leave of absence from Bruce Crew's, the Bruce Crew. I've talked to Stacy and all that. We're going to be working something out. We might have something else in the works that I might be bringing to the radio station. I'm in contact with her and whatever, so maybe I'll give her a call later, give her a call sometime in the near future to discuss all the options and all that. But right now, I'm still with Bruce Crew, with the Bruce Radio. But as of now, my show is not going to be played until I find out, with everything going on between my podcast, this podcast, work, other things, life in general and all that. So, I'm stepping away from that right now. I will be on the Bruce Cruz chat hour once or twice, depending on what's going on. I might be bringing something new to the station. We don't know yet, so we're gonna keep that hush hush right now. Maybe I can discuss it with Church on after we say goodbye. And so, Church, where can I find your lovable face?
You can find me on Sundays because that's the day for church, not my church, but just normal church, or I guess my church, however the fuck you look at it. Yeah, because fucking church goes together. You can find my show on Bruce Radio on Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard. You can also go to my Facebook page at Radio Church DJ, which this week, or depending on when this airs,
probably start to air tomorrow, most likely. I'll put
okay, so you'll get a little bit of a snippet, but I'm tossing around the idea of if I hit 100 likes on my page, I'll do something
belly button pierced?
Not belly button pierced, but at least something to kind of like commemorate, I guess. And
shave half your head.
Oh God, no. That like maybe get my tattoo that I've wanted to get done, or get as a stretch. Like we'll see, but maybe get an ear piercing or some shit. I don't know, but like something to like thank you guys for like helping me get a platform and starting to build a little bit. Yeah. So I don't know what it'll be just yet. I'm open to suggestions apart from a belly button piercing, because God,
Prince Albert. No. Just a thought.
Like, but for the whole thing of the belly button piercings, like I gotta not a hairy
nipple pierced.
Oh God, no. My old drummer's got his nipples pierced, and it's like I don't know if I can do it.
Nose piercing. Here's some part of your
Why do I had a girlfriend in high school that wanted me to get my eyebrow pierced, and I was like, why? I have bushy eyebrows. Like my eyebrows are bushy as fuck. Why? That thing's gonna be massive to like stand out. Like I don't get that.
Why don't you get a tattoo that says "Eat at Joe's"?
Eat at Joe's. But anyway,
I think we should post something up on the podcast page. Oh, by the way, we don't have a podcast page yet. I got to get one up. I got to get my ass in gear and get that shit started. Podcast page is coming up soon. Don't know when it's going to be up, but when it gets up, you guys are going to fucking know it, and that'll be something I'll still have to fucking do and all that. Another thing in my armor. My wife will never take me away from this goddamn computer. because I'll be on it 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and all that fun stuff. So where like, you know, if they want to send you something like, you know, to shoot the shit, to get on this podcast or whatever else you have going on, where can they email you?
Yeah, if any of you want to email me for getting onto the show for the podcast or my own show, which I'm hopefully going to have a few interviews on my show here in the next couple of weeks, you can email me at tybassguy@gmail.com or tybassguy, as I always emphasize, because fish and bass guitars will go hand in hand, as we commonly know with our spelling.
Both like ass.
Yeah, tybassguy, as some might call it. But yes, you can contact me there as well. Comment on stuff you want to hear on my show, the podcast, or just say, hey, you suck. No, I'm kidding. But anything like that.
Well, for me, you can, you know, like I said, I was like, go on Facebook, type in John Thomas. You'll see my lovable fucking mug there. And this other girl that's on the page right next to me. I have no idea who. Could be some random person. I don't know. But all my links are there. Instagram, Twitter. Email me at jtproject220@gmail.com. I'm loaded. Shoot me an email. Let me know where you want to go. Do you want to come on this podcast, the other podcast? If you got topics for either show, I don't care. I will incorporate them. And do me a favor, guys. Whatever social media platform you're on, Apple, you know, wherever you get this podcast from, rate, review, send me a review. And I guarantee you, if, I'm going to say this right now, if you write a review and we read it on the air, I will send you a brand new, spanking new T.F.P magnet. Okay. I have a JT project. I'll send you that too. God damn it. You know what? I'll send you both of them if you listen to this podcast and you give us 5 stars. Give us 1 star. But
it's
say
that fucking
something
magnet.
like you like banana splits. I don't care. Whatever you want to do. I don't care.
Just for the love of God, don't say you like pineapple on pizza.
I love to eat in a darkened room. I don't know. Whatever.
Just don't say you like pineapple on pizza. That
like pineapple on pizza. I mean, maybe you do like pineapple on pizza. You probably travel on a short bus. You wear a helmet to school. I don't know. You eat glue when you. You probably voted for Biden. That's why you.
Oh God.
Christ. But that's just me.
Let's call it a night. God damn it.
Yeah, we're gonna call it a
getting
night.
out of hand.
I'm like getting kind of stir crazy. I need more caffeine. Maybe I'll calm down with a black and white.
I can't fucking.
Okay, guys, for me and church, I do goodbye and good night. Bang! Say goodbye, church.
Have a good night, guys.